Welcome to Timberwolves Today. I'm Tyrus. Make sure we're dropping a like, drop a subscribe, drop a comment. Um, Rough one. Absolutely rough one. At one point, we were down 20 versus the Lakers. Got back within six with like a minute and a half to go. Like everyone's feeling good. I was like, you know what? We might just score like 10 here and get a comfortable lead and not have to worry about it. No, nope, nope. Julius Randle, good basket to go up one. 10 seconds left. They inbound. We make them waste a little bit, like 4 seconds. 6.6 on the clock. Timeout. They have to inbound. They inbound. No one decides to guard Austin Reeves, who's having an all-star type season. He gets straight to the basket, scores, and that's the game. Yep, buzzer beater. Austin Reeves. Nice shot. Like, you got to respect game at a certain point, and he had a nice one. Also, Jake LaRava having 27 points is pretty much the whole reason we lost this game. Lights out. 10 for 11, 5 for 6 from 3, 27 points. I got nothing. Nothing for him. In a weird, sick, twisted bit of fate, we drafted him in 2022. On draft night, we traded him, however, to Memphis to trade back a couple spots, select Walker Kessler, who we in turn traded for Rudy Gobert. And Rudy Gobert is the one who was playing the closest defense on Austin Reeves tonight. So, LaRava's really the reason we lost? Like, I don't even know what to do with that knowledge. It just sits up here and I'm forced to spit it out at you guys watching this. Um, Oddly enough, another thing I caught, I could be crazy, but I mean, technically, both teams only had two guys they drafted playing for them tonight, which is insane. I take that back. Timberwolves had three playing for them, and the Lakers had two playing for them. But I mean, that's still weird. Like that kind of goes to prove that both teams aren't really draft built, but it doesn't really show for the Timberwolves because we do have Ant out. If Ant was playing, there'd be four guys, and even if their best two, Luka and LeBron, are playing, um, that would still only be two for them, which is crazy. The two guys for the Lakers who were drafted is obviously Bronny James and Dalton Connect, who also had a nice game for the Timberwolves. Guys we drafted, obviously, Terrence Shannon Jr., Rob Dillingham, and Jaden McDaniels. Uh, technically, technically, Naz Reid and Austin Reeves were undrafted, so they weren't drafted by the teams they're on, but they were signed. So, kind of, sort of the same thing, but not really. Um, the Timberwolves tonight. I think we've given the Lakers their flowers properly. Let's give out some consolation awards, shall we? Jaden McDaniels, you had your second ever 30-point game. It's pretty cool to see what he is capable of when he's the second option. 11 for 19 tonight. Like he's an interesting one. Like if Julius Randle isn't the future, we at least do have a true second option on the team now. Um, Given he did play 41 minutes, but we did play a shorter rotation. Um, a lot of guys having bad nights tonight. Jaden might be the only one to get a consolation prize. Dante kind of deserves one, but at the same time, not really. Like, there were a couple things he did that kind of lost him. He didn't really play tight defense there at the end either on Reeves to help out Rudy, who for some reason was on Reeves. It was a switch. It was gross. I'm sure easier than just giving him a basket. But let's give out some consolation losses. How about Naz Reid? 2 for 10 tonight, 1 for 5 from 3, 5 total points. What are you doing, dude? Figure it out. 5 games in, you're supposed to be the sixth man. We just paid you all of this money, and now you can't make a basket. It feels like we bought high on the stock that we had in Naz Reid instead of maybe moving on from him, which is maybe a Tim Conley issue I'm starting to realize. He might be afraid to move on from guys too soon instead of too late, or he's afraid to move on from guys at all. He rather move on from it when it's too late. It feels like Mike Conley should not be on this roster. In all fairness, we should have probably just not had this plan to re-sign him at all. He's old and looks old. Rudy probably should have been moved. Unfortunately, his contract is getting gross. Naz Reid, we did have to sign him to 125 million. Now, had we made some other moves, I would have agreed to keep him. But right now, he's stinking it up. He needs to figure it out. Terrence Shannon Jr., off the topic of guys that we would move on from, but 16 minutes tonight, and the guy didn't make a basket. Only attempted three. Yuck. Rob Dillingham, nice game. You know, 4 baskets, 5 assists in 16 minutes is impressive. Bones Highland is a nice little spark plug guy, but with only 8 minutes a game, there's only so much a guy can do. So that's really it. Like, we played gross. We were down 20 at one point. So to come back and fight was nice. But that's just not going to do it for me. This was a team that was built off of friendship and vibes tonight. The Lakers were without their best two guys. Obviously, Reeves is having an insane season. That's you can see that, but this is gross. Let's move along to a couple more topics here. Anthony Edwards' importance to this team. What is the real importance? The real importance is that's about 30 points a game, 25 points a game that we're missing. If he's in this lineup, we're not looking for points from Terrence Shannon Jr. or Naz Reid or any of the other guys consistently. Like, they can get their 10 to 15 points and we can win games still. But when we're missing Ant, that's a certified 20 points a game, unless he is having one of his 2024 games where he just couldn't make a basket. We didn't even shoot horrible tonight either. We shot 50 and 50 from both spots. They didn't even shoot better than us, which is the crazy part. Like, it doesn't even make sense how they beat us. Actually, it doesn't make... They made 4 more 2-pointers than we did, 4 less 3-pointers, and 3 less free throws. So it's like, we obviously lost by 1. It adds up. And that's where Ant's coming in, you know? His importance is that he's able to just get out there and score the basketball and make sure that the other guys can be a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth option. They don't have to move up one in the lineup, you know? It's like if a baseball player gets hurt, you don't just slide everyone else up. Like, you start to fill holes. No one's filling the hole of Ant right now. I don't even know if that's possible. It sounds crazy to say, but someone might have to do it. We're not expecting to get Ant back until November 14th when we play the Kings. In there, we do play, just quick look at the books, we're going to play Utah twice, I know for sure. We're going to play... Yeah, so we were going to go Charlotte on Saturday, Monday, Brooklyn, Wednesday, New York, Friday, Utah, Sunday, the 9th, Sacramento, Monday, the 10th, Utah, and then that Friday, we play the Kings again. Gross schedule. Disgusting. Why do we go Utah, Sac? Like, that is nasty work. But anyways, my point, Anthony Edwards' importance is that he can take the weight off everyone else's shoulder. It sounds so basic, but that's all it is. That is his real importance, is to be the best player on the team. It's so easy, and it is so obvious when he's not out there how lost this team is on both sides of the ball. You've got guys trying to step up that just can't do it in the right way. I don't know how to explain it, but speaking of the defense and all the problems we're having on it, where is that defense we know and love? We have one of, like, what does Rudy have? 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards, and the guy is horrible right now. Like, how many? Yeah, 4 Defensive Player of the Years, 7 all-time defensive first team in 12 years. He's going to go down as a Hall of Famer, one of the best defensive players ever. Where is he? Where is that guy? Like, where is the award-winning Rudy Gobert? Because he's missing, and it is affecting our defense. We've let up so many points all season. Like, we haven't held a team to below 100, which we were doing plenty last season. I just don't understand. I don't know if it's a lack of effort. I don't know if it's something change in the scheming, something change in how we're spacing the floor, but guys don't seem to be locking in on guys and making them turn the ball over and all of the stuff we saw last year, all the stuff we built up to get us to the conference finals twice, that's missing. It's absolutely not there. And it's not only Rudy. I don't want to pin it all on Rudy. It's other guys too not making an effort on defense. Nas has been lost on assignments constantly. Randall and Dante have both been insanely good on defense. But when we get a guy like Rob Dillingham out there too, he's not a good defensive piece. We knew that. He's small, undersized, not a good defensive guy. He's lost. Like it's an automatic bucket on Rob most of the time. Like he's just too small and defense isn't his thing, and that's okay. Like, but something has to be. It can't just be assists. You got to score the ball too. I don't know. I'm frustrated after this one. I don't know. It's probably just because it was a buzzer beater. But let's get to the last topic here today, and then we'll send you guys off, and we will be back, obviously later this week to talk about the Saturday game versus the Nets. Yeah, versus Charlotte. I mean, who did I say we play? It's Charlotte. I think it's Charlotte. Um, yeah, yeah, it's Charlotte. I think. Now I'm going crazy. Is it Charlotte we play? I'm just. Yeah, it's Charlotte. I shouldn't second guess myself. What are our bench guys doing? That's what I have for you here to end the show. A little bit of a hypothesis for you to take with you to the water cooler at work. What are the Timberwolves bench guys up to? Because Terrence Shannon Clark has been horrific this season. Let's just take a look at some stats from this year. Terrence Shannon Jr., 18 minutes a game, 5.5 points per game. Not awesome. Jalen Clark is averaging more points a game than him so far, and Jalen Clark has only played in 4 games. Rudy, 8. Oh, sorry. We're talking bench guys. Naz Reid, 11 points so far off the bench. Not ideal. Bones Highland, 5 points. Mike Conley, 4.8. Rob Dillingham, 2 points. Like, it's horrible. And then peeking back at last year, so obviously we have a full year to look at, but there's guys who, like, technically you could say that Terrence Shannon Jr. is having a better season, but we know he's not because it's just not there. It's gross to see. Like, it feels like we've taken a step back in the early part of the season, and it feels like we do this every single year. There it is. I was looking at the wrong thing. Um, when you go and look at these stats, it doesn't tell the real story. Like Terrence Shannon Jr. last year was averaging 4.3 in the regular season. So you're trying to tell me that this year he's actually having a better year through 4 games? Because I don't know if I believe that. And it just is. I don't understand where the bench that we know and love, like the defense, where are these guys anymore? Like it doesn't seem like they're capable of coming out there and being an absolute spark plug. Now there's a reason that Nickeil Alexander-Walker got paid the way he did. It was his ability to get out there, score the basketball, play hard defense, get off the court, get back in, do the same thing over and over every game. Obviously, there were some games that he laid some stinkers, but guess what? It was okay because he was like the 7th option on the team to actually do something. It wasn't going to fall on his head if he had a horrible game. And I think that's what our bench guys need to realize is you can just get out there and play your hardest. It doesn't matter how that looks. If you play your hardest and you're showing the effort and you're making results from that, one way or another, you're going to see more minutes. The team's going to, we just need some fire under us. And it feels like we have no fire. The Ant injury really just took a lot out of our sails. And now we are absolutely cooked. But that's just my opinion. And you're getting the late night thoughts from me. It is 12:04 local time. I can't keep doing these late night games. This is crazy. How many more late night games do I have coming up? Oh, thank goodness. Charlotte's a 5 p.m. game. That's incredible. And then 6:30. Yeah, yeah. Bunch of early games coming up. Shout out to the East Coast. That's all I've got for you guys today, though. Make sure you're subscribed to Timberwolves Today. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe, like I said. And until the next time, I will see you guys then.